morning, you guys. How are we doing? Today is the first episode of a new series that I decided to start on my channel, which is basically a wellness 101, something that I hope will help many of you with starting your journey, with continuing your journey, wherever you are on your journey, on your wellness, self-improvement journey. I hope it's gonna help you in some way. This is gonna be kind of like a dialogue between us because I'm gonna be answering your questions. All of the questions I'm gonna be answering, a lot of topics I'm gonna be touching on are questions from you. So hopefully we can, just make like a little dialogue between each other. And today's topic, the topic of the first episode of this series, is just how to start, the beginnings, the hardest part of the journey. So the beginning, how to start, how to stay consistent, how to not get bored of your routine. Yeah, and all of those things. Hopefully it's gonna help many of you with just kicking off the journey, just sticking to the first habits you want to build. And so, yeah, guys, hopefully I'm gonna be able to help you. If you want more episodes, if you want to see me, hear me talking more about all the tips that I have or all the just self-improvement things, let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, obviously. And without further ado, let's get into it. Quick sip of coffee. And let's get started. Alright, so I have my laptop and I have questions here, so just don't mind me looking. But the first question I got asked is how to actually get started, like almost a foolproof step-by-step method to kick off. Okay, so I feel like so many of us keep on wondering how to start. What's the formula? What is the secret formula no one tells you about? And guys, I'm really sorry to tell you, but the formula is just start. Just start. Do not overthink it. The thing is, there is no perfect time. There's no perfect time to start. There's no perfect time to get things, going. You don't have to have everything figured out. The true secret is that you need to figure things out as you go. You don't need to be prepared. You shouldn't be prepared because it's so just unrealistic. It's impossible to get prepared for it, because life throws so many different things at you and you just have to deal with them in the moment. You can't really get prepared. So don't wait. Don't try to be prepared for it, because it's impossible. And just start, tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna start from tomorrow. And I think the best way to do it is to determine one habit, one very simple habit. I'm not talking about, setting yourself up to work out 7 times a week when usually you wouldn't work out at all, or you would work out 1 time a week. You get me? You have to make it very realistic. You have to make it simple so you can just get yourself going, get yourself started, because if you make it simple, you're more likely to stick to this habit, you're more likely to be consistent, and as a result, you are gonna be motivated to keep on going, to keep on building up other habits because you succeeded, So that's definitely something very important. Start very simple, start very slow. Don't put yourself up for failure by, trying to build some unrealistic things that let's say your friend who's been on this whole journey for 2 years is doing, You have to make it work for you. So I would say if you've never worked out and you want to start working out because this is your priority, that's what you want to start with. Because I would start with one habit and then just start building up as you get consistent. Okay, thank you. What was I saying? Start with one habit. If, let's say, working out is your priority at this point, then if you've never worked out, start working out. Start with a goal of 2 workouts a week, maybe 3 workouts a week, but start very slow and then start building up, because this is what's gonna make you stick to the habit, because you see that it's working. It's realistic. It's not, starting from 0% and going to 100 straight away, because it's impossible. It's not possible to change your lifestyle that much overnight. So I would just take it gradually, and this is how you get started. You don't overthink it, you just start. The next question I got is, I have a fear of starting. I'm super worried that things won't go my way. And let me tell you straight away, things are not gonna go your way. That's the beauty of this journey, because you have to accept the fact that you will not have control over every aspect of your life. It's impossible. We don't have control over every aspect of our life. And I think a very important lesson, a very crucial thing that we have to accept on this journey is the fact that there are things we can't control and we just have to let them go. You know, we just have to let go. We just have to let them be as they are and trust that what is meant for us will come to us, is ours already. And yeah, we're just on the right journey. We are going in the right direction, and whatever is gonna happen to us is happening for a reason, and it's bringing us to the point where we ultimately want to be. And sometimes we don't even know where we want to be, and that's okay. That's okay. That's I would say even it's normal. But you just have to trust that life, fate, God, whatever you believe in, is gonna take you where you're meant to be, where you need to be happy, to be fulfilled, to be successful. And just trusting this process is so important. So don't expect things to go your way, because nothing ever just goes perfectly your way, you know? It's just so unrealistic to think that. And so don't have expectations and just try to embrace the journey as it is and try to face the challenges that are coming your way as they are coming. Do not overthink it, do not try to prepare yourself for it, because it's, as I said before, impossible, and just wait for the journey to reveal itself. Okay, next question is, I hear that consistency is the key. So how to start consistent? How to make it last longer than a week? Okay, so from all the DMs that I get, from all the messages that I get from you guys, I know that so many of us are dealing with it, you know, with being so motivated and starting and being like, oh my goodness, let's do it, you know? And then eventually you just, you know, you kind of calm down, the motivation is not there anymore. But actually, I saw this trend going around TikTok and Reels recently. It goes losing motivation, good. That's where the real game starts, you know? And I think it's so true, because it's easy when we are motivated. Let's be honest, it's so easy when we are motivated, but we are not always motivated. Motivation is just a feeling, and feelings are temporary. And so we need to be ready to be consistent. And as this question asks, how to start consistent? So guys, as I said before, I think in the last question, or in the first question, I don't know, but you have to start very slow. You have to start realistically. So start with one habit. Start with identifying what areas or what habits are most important to you and are gonna benefit you the most at this point in your life. So let's say you feel very bad in your body and you feel like you could just movement would make you feel much better, okay? So I always take workouts as an example, but I think it's just the most simple example, the easiest to explain, so I hope you don't mind it. But it works with any habit. So basically, if you've never worked out, or you would work out let's say 2 times a week, and you want to start working out more, you want to stay consistent with working out more, you need to start very realistic. So let's say add 1 more workout a week. So you've been working out 2 times a week for months now, but whenever you're trying to work out more, you just can't stick to it. You just can't stick to this larger number of workouts, to this higher number of workouts. So what is important is just increasing this number very slowly and very gradually. You have to make it easy for you to succeed, because success, which in this case is sticking to this tiny bit higher number of workouts, is gonna motivate you to keep on going, keep on increasing, keep on sticking to it, keep on, being consistent. And so you need to choose a very realistic goal that is a tiny bit higher, a tiny bit better than what you are used to doing. And then just as you feel that you are consistent, you see that you're consistent, you see that it's not as hard for you anymore, it can take weeks. So don't put any expectation on yourself, any deadline, but stick to this tiny bit higher goal, and then try gradually building up. And then you can move to the next habit. When you've established one habit, you are consistent with it, and it's not that much of an effort for you anymore, which usually takes about a month. But don't, as I said, don't put expectation on yourself. Then you can move on to the next habit, and then to the next habit, and eventually you're gonna build a whole collection of habits. And yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you stay consistent and start realistically, so you can stay consistent and you can, like, you don't expose yourself to that much of a shock. And yeah, you just keep it realistic, you just keep it maintainable, you know? And yeah, this just motivates you to keep on going. So the next question is, what books do you recommend for changing your mindset? And as this, you know, this whole video is about like starting, so I'm gonna just give you some books that I think are great for beginners, are great to, you know, motivate you and support you on the beginning of your journey, but they are also great for anyone, you know, who's already in the journey, who's, let's say, a few months in, a few weeks in, or even a few years in. I think those books are really like valuable for anyone, honestly. Like, even if you know some of the information that they contain, you can still, you know, enhance your knowledge anyways, you know, even if it's just one information. I think it's very beneficial. But okay, moving on to the books. I got 3 books that I think are really great for the beginners, that really, I feel like they are very simply written, that are really great to motivate you and, you know, give you, like, equip you in the knowledge you need to get started. That's what I would say, and like make it easier for you to start. So the first one is Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. This is a book that, honestly, like, I read it maybe a few months ago, and my first thought when I, you know, finished it was like, this book was great, but it was more for beginners, because these are things like, I know all of them, I know most of them, so like it wasn't that valuable for me because I know those things. But I think for beginners it's such a great choice. So this is the book, and yeah, it just talks about all the habits you can put in your life to make it more positive, to raise your vibrations, to keep yourself motivated, productive, to love yourself a bit more. I think it's a really great book for starters. And it's also very simply written, so it's not like, you know, some sophisticated language, because I've came across some books that are either like very sophisticated, or they are just not that easily digestible. You get me? Some 101 essays that will change the way you think. I feel like this book is more difficult, and it's like for people who are actually like in the journey already, because it's not as digestible. Like, it's actually maybe a bit harder to process the stuff that is written there. At least that's how I perceive this book. But yeah, so the first one is Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. The next one, I actually read this one a long time ago, but it's actually so freaking valuable. And it is Working Hard, Hardly Working by Grace Beverley. Grace is, honestly, I just love this girl. She's amazing. And so this book is all about productivity, about time management, how to maximize your time utilization to just be your most productive self. Honestly, I found this book so freaking motivating, and also so valuable to like it gives you practical tips on how to plan your days, how to manage your time in order to get things done. And also, what I love about this book is that there are so many like illustrations and like little things that like make this book even more digestible, even more like fun to read. Like, let's say there are different like tables or like examples of what she's talking about, of the methods she's talking about. Yeah, I just find this overall very, very good book, and I would recommend anyone who struggles with time management or just want to be more productive, honestly just everyone, to read it, because it's amazing. It's amazing, and I feel like this book is not as popular as, let's say, Good Vibes, Good Life or Atomic Habits. So the next book that I'm gonna show you, yeah, just read it, guys, just read it. And as I just told you, the last book is Atomic Habits. Honestly, if I'm being honest, this is my favorite. I think my favorite like self-improvement book that I've ever read. It's literally so good, and it's so simple, like it's so easy to read. It's just, you just flow through the book, you know? It's just so good. I read it in like 3 days or something, because it's so interesting. And something that I love about this book is that it gives you practical tips that you can implement in your life literally straight away. Like, you don't have to wait, you don't have to prepare yourself, you just do it straight away. Like, it gives you information and tactics and tips that are just like so helpful in your everyday life, like no matter what your circumstances are. So I am honestly a huge fan of this book. It's really, really good and really valuable when you're struggling with building habits or maintaining them. Okay, so the next question is how to not get tired of your routine. I think something that I really need to say here is your routine is supposed to work for you, not you for the routine. Get me? Like, you can change your routine if you need it. If you feel like this routine is not working for you anymore, you can change it. It's not like you have to stick to one routine your whole life or months or years. You know, it doesn't work like it. We are changing. We as humans are changing. We are evolving. And our routines should evolve with us. If we feel like we are bored with our routine, it's not working for us anymore, it's not benefiting us, it's not making us feel better, then we just need to change it, you know? Something is not working here anymore. And if something is not working, it means it needs a change. I think if you're bored with your routine, you should just keep on trying different things. You should keep on changing it up until you find the one that makes you feel really good, that makes you feel excited to wake up or, you know, just get to it. Let's say if it's an evening routine. You just keep on adding some new habits, keep on taking some habits that are not bringing you joy anymore, and just keep on changing things up until it really starts exciting you again. Like you finally put the puzzles together and it just works again, you know? And just listen to what your mind and your heart tell you. Because you can, you know, the thing is, I feel like some of us are trying to stick to the routine no matter what. Like even though you wake up one day and you're like, oh my goodness, I really don't want to, I don't know, journal or read. You just force yourself to do it because it's your routine, this is your morning routine. But I think it's so important to listen to what your body, to what your mind, to what your heart tells you. They know best what they need. You should just follow, and this is just gonna make you feel the best, you know? Okay, so the next question is one thing you wish someone told you at the beginning of your journey. And this is such a great question. I honestly love it. I feel like it's such a valuable thing to give out to people who are just starting the journey, you know? And so I actually took a moment to think about it before I you know, hit record. And I think a very important lesson that I wish I was told before I started my journey is that things will go wrong, I will fuck up, and I will lose hope in myself so many times. But at the end of the day, all of those things are gonna bring me to the place where I never thought it's possible to get to. You know, so like all the fuck ups, all the mistakes, they're there for a reason, and they are there to direct you to the place where you're meant to be and the place where you're gonna be your happiest, healthiest, most successful self. Yeah, I think that's the thing I would tell anyone who's starting and doubting themselves. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, and the last question, because I feel like this video is gonna be very long, but we'll see, is how to switch from I'm not the kind of person to do XYZ to just ignoring those limiting beliefs and just doing your thing, doing whatever your life, your purpose, or whatever it is calls you to do, what you want to do, just in general. A very important thing you have to do is, first of all, identify those limiting beliefs and write them all down on a piece of paper so you can see them all clearly, be able to, you know, like have them all in one place. Then I would say you need to recognize that this is just a belief and it doesn't have to be true. Just because you were stuck in this mindset for years or for months doesn't mean it's necessarily true. Just because you are trying to convince yourself or you've convinced yourself that it's true doesn't mean it actually is, you know? And you need to remember that humans are so flexible. Our brains are designed in a way that they can change. There's this thing called neuroplasticity. Our brains are plastic. They can change. We can change them. We can change our behavior. We can change our habits. We can change everything about ourselves, you know? And this is actually just so interesting. If you have a moment, you can read about it. It's actually fascinating. But to the point, your whole life is in your hands. You can change everything in your life if you want to change it. And so you need to challenge those limiting beliefs. You need to challenge them. Tell yourself, let's say you're telling yourself, oh, I can't wake up before 8 a.m. or I can't wake up before 12 p.m. No, you can. If someone else can, why can't you? It's all about changing your beliefs. It's about changing your habits. And it's possible, maybe not overnight, but by keep on, gradually getting there, making little small steps towards this direction, you're able to change everything in your life. I think a great thing you can do is just make a plan of how you can prove yourself that you're capable of doing things that your limiting beliefs tell you can't. So let's say you tell yourself, let's follow the example of, oh, I'm not a morning person, I can't wake up early. No way, I can. Try to maybe read some books about it. Read 5 a.m. Club or read The Miracle Morning and motivate yourself to change. And then start making gradual small moves. So let's say you usually wake up at 11 a.m. So next day, try to wake up at 10:30. Then give yourself like 3 days of waking up at 10:30 and then move to 10. And then those 3 days pass again and maybe do 9:30. Just keep on gradually changing and proving yourself that, yeah, I'm actually capable of getting up this tiny bit earlier. And by keep on building, giving yourself time for change, because change will not happen overnight, especially like a big, proper change. It's not gonna happen overnight. And so by keep on proving yourself that you can do those tiny little steps towards a direction you never thought was possible for you to move in, you're just proving yourself that, yeah, maybe those limiting beliefs are actually not true. Maybe it's just me keep on telling myself that I can't do something when I actually can. So yeah, just making a plan, proving yourself in those small actions that you can do things that you thought you can't. It can be with everything. Let's say, oh, I can't talk to random people on the street. Smile to a random person on the street. Then maybe ask for a direction. Then maybe compliment someone. Just keep on proving yourself that you can do those things. That it's not like you can't. You just were telling yourself for so many years or for so many months that you can't, that you just started believing in that. But it's not necessarily true. So I think that answered your question. Hopefully it did. If it didn't, I'm gonna touch on this topic again. Let me know in the comments down below and I'm gonna be happy to just, elaborate on this topic. And that was the last question I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it was valuable for you. If it was, let me know in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up. And also guys, let me know in the comments. Oh my god, you gotta let me know so many things in the comments. But I just love, having a dialogue between us, because it just gives me information on what you want to see, of how I can improve. So guys, comment on the videos. I love to read all of them and just chat with you. So let me know in the comments down below what should be the next topic for the video, for episode 2 of our little series Wellness 101. I have some ideas, but I want to know what are the things you would like me to touch on. Let me know if this video was helpful. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Have a wonderful day ahead of you, and yeah, I love you guys so much. Bye bye.